Hi friends, welcome back to the channel, and if you happen to be new here, then hi, my name is Ankita, and in today's video I am going to share with you people my breastfeeding journey. Before starting today's video, I'd like to cross-reference this video from the earlier video that I did, which was all about my C-section. If you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link in the description box for you people, plus an iCard over here as well. So do go ahead and check that video out as well. I have discussed a few mistakes of mine that I went ahead and did, which caused an emergency C-section rather than a normal delivery. So if you are interested in that video, you should simply watch that. And this video is in continuation of that video, because the second most important thing, like post delivery, the most important thing is feeding the child. And if you are one of those people who have always dreamt about breastfeeding your child and keeping him or her exclusively breastfed for up till 6 months, this video is totally for you people. I am gonna start by bursting some perceptions, and in the end of the video I am going to share with you people how I translated my son from not at all trying to latch on me to all the way to being exclusively breastfed for 6 months. So hopefully people will enjoy this video. Do go ahead and watch this video all the way to the end, because you'll find everything that is relevant to the tips and tricks in the end of the video. So without wasting any time further, let's just straight away jump into the video. Now, trying to connect this one from the prior video, I left it when my son was placed right in my arms. Once you have your child in your arm and you come out of that persona of you, okay fine, you are a mother now, the second thing that you start thinking about is now you are supposed to feed your child. Before feeding the child, step number one, or the thing number one that I want to discuss with you people is, don't make way too many perceptions before you have delivered the child. Since the entire pregnancy, throughout the pregnancy, I had this mindset that I am going to exclusively breastfeed my child. So that what that did was, it negatively impacted my health when I was not able to do that. I wasn't lacking, my son was not ready to reciprocate, which is something that I'm going to tell you later in the video. But the first thing that I did wanted you people to understand is, don't make perceptions. There can be exceptions, because normally what we feel is that breastfeeding is a very natural process. It comes in very naturally. You don't have to give in a lot of effort, but that's not the case. It requires a lot of effort on both the hands, on the side of the mother as well and on the side of the child as well. And even if one of those two are not ready to cooperate, the journey will not take the right turn. As you people know, I went through a C-section, and I told you people in my previous video that I was given an anesthetic which is known as a spinal block, and what it does is it makes sure that you are incapable of feeling anything from the neck down. Back then, at the time of operation, I felt like it was a bliss, because frankly, who wants to feel a tear down there? Once I started coming back to the senses, what I did came to know was, I wanted to breastfeed my child. I asked the doctor to give me the child so that I can at least feed the child and give them back for going to the NICU, where I was informed that due to the anesthetic, I won't be able to feed my child. There won't be any milk that would be there for me to feed the child, and if there is any, then it won't be good for the child as well. So that was something nobody told me about a C-section, that I won't be able to feed my child all the way up to 2 days. So I was practically incapable of feeding him for 2 days because of that anesthetic block thing. And post 2 days, like not the 2 days were not even completed when I started having milk. Now I was quite like, touch wood, no doubts about it, with God's grace I was having abundant supply of milk. I was having these huge engorged breasts because of the availability of excess milk, and I was so very confident that I was going to breastfeed my child that I didn't even thought once of purchasing a bottle or a breast pump, which was bought by my husband post knowing that my son was not actually latching. Now the day when he was placed in my arm, I was trying to feed him. Now this is one thing that nobody tells you about. This is something that you yourself are not mentally prepared, but if you're watching this video, I want you to be prepared for this thing, that the second most private area of your body is going to be open for a bunch of women. Why? Because everyone wants to help you so that you can simply go ahead and feed your child. This is something that you need to keep in mind, continuously repeating this thing in your mind, that that area could be held by anyone, just so as to make sure that it is, you know, carefully and properly offered to the child. Now there are multiple different positions in which you are supposed to hold your child, and I didn't knew even single one of them. Then there were sisters who were helping us, and whenever the sister was helping us, the child was capable of latching. And when the sister was not there, and the family or I myself was trying, he was not at all latching. He was not at all latching at all. He was not ready. Now the reason why he was not ready, he was 2 days in the NICU, and they fed him by spoon the formula milk. So when you feed a child by a spoon, he is not ready to put that effort so as to make sure that he latches and feeds from you. And as I've mentioned earlier, I was so mentally prepared that I want to breastfeed the child that I didn't even purchase a pump or a bottle for the kid as well. But then I asked my husband to simply go ahead and buy a breast pump so that I could get rid of the engorged breast that I was having, and express some milk so that we could feed him via bottle. He went ahead and bought a pump. Now this wasn't his mistake at all. He was completely unaware of the fact that just like the different sizes of the breast pump comes in different sizes. So the pump was not capable of being latched on me properly, so I had to manually express it. But I mean, it was like a nightmare. It was simply a nightmare, because I was in extreme pain. Expressing it manually is more painful, and that idiot son of mine, he was literally not ready to put in any effort at all when it came up to breastfeeding. Now the reasons why he completely rejected the breast milk was, as I mentioned earlier, he was formula fed, and they didn't even give him a bottle. They simply went ahead with a spoon and fed him with the help of that spoon. And once you are getting your feed via spoon, you are simply not ready to work at all. So he was not even ready to cooperate. He was not ready to work at all on the breastfeeding stuff. So what I did was I pumped the milk, and when I was not able to clearly, as I've mentioned, I did it manually as well until the size of the pump was changed. And I simply gave him some breast milk with the help of bottle. Initially he was not ready to take the bottle as well because of the spoon habit, but as you people know that in the womb kids start practicing the thumb sucking thing, so he was having that reflux, of course. So after 2 to 3 attempts, he simply went ahead for the bottle. So he got a little bit taste of the milk that I was willing to provide him. I was in the premises of my house. I was capable of doing some warm compress to make sure that it relieves the pain a little bit more. And everyone else in the family was just simply trying to help me so that I can feed the child. Then my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, they explained that it is okay. Whatever you can provide your child, you should provide him, and he should be fed. He should be clearly, properly fed. So what I started doing was I started giving him formula via the help of bottle itself. And there was this trick that was going on in my mind, no doubts about it, but I didn't discuss it with anyone else. One thing that I did observe in my son was that he used to drink milk when he was sleeping as well. And what I used to do was I used to just, sniff the bottle a little bit near his nose and then put him in the mouth so that he gets the smell of the milk first and then he gets it inside the mouth. Then what I started doing was, like, after 15 to 20 days, while he used to sleep, I used to lie down with him, and like a newborn, normally you give 30 ml or 60 ml of milk at an interval of every 2 to 3 hours. So what I used to do was In place of giving him 60 ml of milk, I used to prepare 30 ml of milk for him. And I used to provide him the bottle. While drinking the milk, he used to go to sleep while drinking it. And that reflux was continuous. So what I used to do was, once the milk used to, get finished inside the bottle, I used to take that bottle out and immediately offer my feed, my nipple to him. And what that used to do was, he used to grab it, latch on it properly, and he started feeding. So while he used to sleep, he was feeding from me. Then gradually what happened was, I started reducing the actual amount that I was giving him through the bottle. So from 30 it turned out to be 20, then it turned out to be 10. And it took me around I think it took me around 1.5 months exactly before my son completely got off the bottle and he was exclusively breastfed. And up till the age of 6 months, I didn't give him any top feed. After the age of 6 months, I started solids for him. So if you talk about lactogen, we only bought the neonatal version. Apart from that, we didn't ever had to buy the lactogen. He fed from me for up till the age of 2.5 years, and then he quitted himself via a little bit of explanation. The doctor was really pleased by him. Once he started taking my breast milk, he started improving, his weight started improving, he started gaining those chubby cheeks and dimple chin. So that was something that was really very progressive to see. I was really very happy about it. I felt really proud that I was able to do what I was planning on doing. It took a while but I did got everything on track. Now, one thing that I want you people to know is that even if you do decide that you don't want to breastfeed, or even if you do decide that you want to manually pump and then simply provide the bottle to the child, it's perfectly fine. Until and unless the child is pretty well fed, nothing else is far more important. And it is said that your feed is the most important meal for the child. So make sure that the child is receiving that if possible. It is like really very important. And if you are lacking, like if you are not producing enough milk, simply go ahead, eat some bhuna hua jeera, which is known as cumin. You can eat ajwain ka pani. There are multiple things that help in the lactation process, improving the lactation process. If you people want, I can simply go ahead and make a different video on that topic as well. If you are really willing to feed your child, you want to breastfeed your child, there's no one who can stop you. It might take some time, it might take some extra effort. I know there are people for whom this process comes as like a literally wind of bliss, but I think 50% of women do face this problem. Either there is a production problem, or there is a problem with the child, that the child is not ready to accept. It's not that easy of a process as it is made out to be in your mind, and that is something you can only understand when you yourself have a child. So just take it easy on yourself, because the process is really, if you're not able to feed your child, be it any reason, the process is really very depressing for the mother. So just calm down, control yourself, simply go ahead and relax. Things will start falling into place. It does take some time, but everything starts to fall into place. Everyone is there. If you people need any help from my end, if you need any type of explanation from my end, do let me know in the comment section below. I'll be glad to help you people. And if you want a separate video on how to increase the supply, do let me know in the comment section below. I would love to create a video like that for you people as well. I hope you people found this video informative as well. If you people did, don't forget to give this video a big fat thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you people haven't already. And with that being said, I'll take your all sleep, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, just stay blessed and take very good care of yourself. Bye.